Hi, welcome back to the channel, TrainStation 2. Alright, this second competition is pushing me towards 100% completion faster than I wanted. There's no turning back. I'm 1368 and the leader is 1436. As usual, it's still the same. Spending all the effort chasing after him, but nonetheless, to no way that I can beat him. So I think I'm resigned to fate, maybe just ending with second. But nonetheless, I'm not going to stop, although I know we are going off the cliff together, pushing all the way to 100% completion really soon. You got to understand this. This is a long event. It is not a short one. So definitely there'll be a point whereby we across 100% of the completion of this event. How do we stop that 100% completion? There's only one way, which is not to complete the last job. So what do I mean by the last job? If you take a look at those customers' requests, there's always something like /30, right? Let's say this one is 13/30. It means that 30/30 will be the last job. So there are some that are faster, some are slower. Like I have 3 customers right now, 13, 14 and 17/30. The moment it crosses 30/30, you go to second cycle, which repeats itself by the running serial number of 1/30. So that means that it's a second round. I noted that once it goes to the second round, it will give somewhat like 10% more EPs, but the quantity is asking a lot more than usual. So if you completed all your customers 30/30, you will complete the event map of 100%. Okay, so that said, what I want you to do, if you want to avoid 100% completion of the event map, do not complete the last 30/30 job. You have 3 customers, you can complete 2 of them 30/30, and then you go to second round and so on and so forth. You can go 3, round 4 or round 5, that's perfectly fine. Can you just leave one of the customer at 30/30 and do not complete that job? That would puts you at 99% of the event map. Alright, so I want to emphasize again, once you crosses that 100% event map, everything will go nuts, because apparently there will be a good quantity being asked, a lot more than usual before the 100% completion of the map. And the EP, although it is still good in terms of probably 10% more, it's getting too tough for you to win competitions, because you are at a disadvantage compared to the rest of the players or competitors that have not completed 100% of the event map. So a lot of people in probably now we are entering probably in the second competition, i.e. the 5th day only. So probably at the 6th or 7th day of the event, people would have crossed that mark. But got to bear in mind, you are just probably less than 50% of the duration of the whole event, and you have already completed 100%. You will know how tough it would be for the remaining of your journey in this Japanese event. A lot of people at that juncture would recite to say that, oh, I've already completed that event map, I've gotten all the things I wanted, and I will stop playing. So that are some of the very common comments that you see when people post in forum, and they say that, oh, I'm done because it's 100%, it's impossible to do anything else, because once I hit 100%, everything gets so tough and it's so tiring and it's blah blah blah. So that's normally what you see in forum itself. So it is very common that everybody knows it. Once it's 100%, that's about it. And some people do not mind completing 100%, because that's what they pursue in the first place, to quickly complete 100% so that they can see the completion of the map and what's going to happen, like at the end of it, what do you see, right? So that they share in the forum. as well as they're pushing towards that is because they wanted to claim all the rewards in the reward path, and then they decide on whether should they purchase that event pass, because a lot of people have very bad experience previously whereby they purchased the event pass and then they couldn't complete the event to the end, and henceforth the event pass is useless and they already paid for the money. So this is something I think at the end of the day a lot of people now are pushing all the way to the end to complete the event, so that before they purchase the event pass and claim all the rewards. Alright, can see here we are always really close. Like now it's only 38 EPs behind the first position person, and you can see there's a stark difference in terms of the development of the EPs from the third person and versus myself the second. We are easily about 300-400 EPs away from each other, and this is normally the case when I'm first and the person the second. But in this competition it is horrendous. It is difficult because the person, I suspect now it could be in the Australian time zone, because he used so-called the same time zone all the way, but at the moment when Singapore time is roughly at about 12 a.m. He would be having his bedtime, and that is around 2 a.m. in Australian timing. So probably my guess is that is basically the point whereby he would give a break and then he will do it the next morning. The only issue is he would definitely start earlier. Alright, we have seen progress in that map just now. There's a beautiful sakura tree and there's a beautiful geisha. So as the map progresses, definitely you'll see more things coming out, and definitely you'll see some profile customers in terms of, like you saw the geisha kind of looking lady. So you can see most of the time I'm chasing after him exactly the point whereby we are at 1203. The next moment, what you saw is not cheating your eyes. Alright, that's what exactly I'm shocked, whereby the moment I completed exactly the same point, immediately the next moment he is 120 over EPs away. That is 2 completed jobs and the same amount of EPs for my job, exactly the same. These two added together, that would be it. So I realized I do not know why the developer have created exactly the same EP for everybody. This is something I realize is unique to this competition, this event, Japanese event. So the methodology right now is group all the people that are of the same level together in the competition. Make sure they have the same jobs that given the same EPs. So this is something I realized very strange. Never had I seen any event like that. And given that fact, because of the uniform distribution of that job to everybody, this rigid arrangement apparently makes things difficult, because everybody got to follow the same pathway, trying to complete the highest EP, and everybody would be hitting the same EP number, and whoever does it first will be first, because both of us is somehow, both of us could be 1400 eventually, but he will always be the one that hit 1400, and no matter how hard I try, I will just hit 1400, I will still be second. So this arrangement, I don't think it's good, because in the past there's a bit of surprise in a way that everybody got different EPs. There will be a chance at least that even though we may be losing initially, but when we are lucky, we hit one that has a good number of EPs reward. Like example, instead of 30 plus 20 plus, that is really tiny, they gave us one job that is 100 EP, and we focus on that, and if we do that and we completed that, we will be ahead. So that used to be the arrangement in all the past events. So I believe there's a new arrangement starting from this Japanese event, which I thought it's not a good idea after all. They are making things too similar and too rigid and just too uniform for fun. So this is something I thought is a bad design. End of the day, if you want to have competition, there should be certain differentiation to so-called and strategize which job you should do first. Because of the huge EP, you want to do that job first and whatnot. If you make it everybody the same, there is some kind, like everybody would know that eventually once I complete a job, I'll hit that EP, and the person in front of you has already hit that EP. Forever you'll be behind him. Then there's no point of competing. Okay, so it is like then pushing people to spend gems, and eventually once they spend that gems, they will go ahead first, and then whoever comes later who doesn't spend gems will be second or even later. So that kind of thinking, if that's the case, then is not too nice, because at the end of the day, there are many free-to-play players out there who doesn't spend gems using actual money. So if they are doing that kind of trick to make sure people do spend their gems to claim a higher rank, then I think that is a very bad design and thinking. Alright, so that's my personal perception. Alright, maybe you can share me your experience in this competition and this Japanese event. I think this is just some speculation in a way, and perception based on experience. But of course, I do want to hear from you whether you experience the same thing, i.e., do you always complete some jobs and you fight head to head with someone or neck to neck with someone, and you end up with the same EP numbers? So that's something that I wish to find out. I mean, if that's the case, I think we're going to re-strategize how we're going to move forward. So it could be, I mean, one way is really, if that's the case, then probably you may want to think to save out some gems just to buy for that head start in addition to the head start you have prepared. So if that's the case, everybody would then be pushed to spend gems, and you better save up a lot of gems before the start of any competition. Otherwise, we will always lose out to people by buying a head start using gems. And of course, that will be very smart of the developer who try to sell gems. Okay, so we can see here the completion of this competition, which is a very long one of 3 full days and a very hectic one over the weekend, has another 20 odd hours to go. Again, I think starting late is important. I still want to advocate that starting late is still the key to getting a higher rank. Of course, we do wish to get first, but unfortunately, we have people who are willing to have sleepless nights, who are willing to spend gems, who are willing at the same time to fight all the way really towards 100% completion, regardless of the fact. Then I think it's a matter of luck. But I think more importantly, if you ask me, I think we know that where we should stop, then we should stop at 99%, because shouldn't push all the way. Otherwise, the consequences of crossing the 100% mark is disastrous. Alright, so that's something that I do experience in previous event. I hope that there is no such change in this event, because who knows, if they can change the methodology of what they have done so far, they may have changed that methodology of 100% completion and make your life easy. No one knows that. Alright, so that's all up to the developer, and they have always been silent on that. So always coming to this end of the video, I want to thank you again for your patience if you are still with me, and again, I'll continue to strive hard. I'll not disclose the results on this competition. Probably you watch the next one. Thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.